Today I'm going to be testing 3 different burgers, a $1 burger, a $10 burger, and a $100 burger. I've made thousands of burgers in my professional life as a chef, but I've never actually sold or made a $100 burger. The reason for that is most of the clientele would never pay for it. So today I'm going to see whether or not that was a mistake to never actually offer it on a menu. So join me as I make these burgers and taste test them to see whether or not the $100 burger is worth 10 times the price of the middle one or 100 times the price of this first one. Now there's a reason why I'm actually making this $100 burger. It's because my friends at Uwajimaya hit me up and said, Paul, would you like some Wagyu steak to play with from our friends Mishima? Making sure I got that right. Mishima Reserve Wagyu. This is their new American Wagyu beef. And they invited me over to pick up a few packs and see how it is and play around with it. So I figured, why not make it a burger? I have a very particular way I want to make this, and I think it's going to be amazing. Now I'm actually going to start by making the $10 burger first. The reason for that is because I've actually made this version of this $10 burger 1,000 times when I worked in hotels because it was our primary burger. It's also the most standard style burger you might find in a sit-down restaurant. I think the biggest difference is that I'm doing this on a saute pan versus a grill or a flat top, so pick your poison with what you want to use it on. I would prefer a grill, but I don't have one. I only have this little gas stove. The other reason why I want to try this experiment is because I've never had the luxury of using really nice beef in this application. I used to manage this really high volume pool bar back in the day. This pool bar held about 500 patrons at one time. Speaking of which, if you want to be a patron of the channel, you can purchase Cooking with Chaos, my brand new infinite recipe card system where you can make brand new meals every single time. I'll talk more about that later. I'm gonna burn this butter. But since we had to serve 500 people on any given day, especially during the summertime because it was so busy in San Diego, I wasn't able to really dive into these really expensive, insane things like a Wagyu burger. But I did have this one burger on the menu we were able to utilize. And that burger was a 6-ounce Angus beef, which is what this is, but I had topped the Angus beef with leftover prime rib from our main restaurant. So on Sundays, we would always have prime rib for the breakfast buffet. Because it was a hotel, sometimes you would actually have a leftover prime rib that wasn't served to the guest. It was just held in a hot box at the proper temperature. So what I would get is I would take that prime rib, I would slice it super thin like you would for a French dip sandwich, and I would put that on the burger. Now I'm thinking, what if I use the Wagyu instead? You see where I'm going with this? This is exciting. This is gonna be, I'm excited for this. But I'm gonna put this burger over here because I'm gonna smoke the house out. Now because I wanna give each burger its own fair shot at this, I'm gonna be cooking pretty much everything at the same time. So it's gonna get a little hectic, but it'll be fine. I didn't even put on my apron. At this point, why? Now the burger meat I'm using for the $100 burger is actually bison meat, and there's another reason for that. It's a little more lean, which I hope will play into the fattiness of the Wagyu, because Wagyu is a very high-end cut of meat with a very high fat content, whereas that Angus burger is an 85% ground beef, so it's a little more fatty than the bison burger is. You have to have that balance with the burger, I don't think you can go all fat or too lean. You kind of have to have both, I think. What was I doing? A spatula. After a few minutes, this burger, which is the $10 burger, is just going to get a flip. I'm gonna cook this to a nice medium rare, medium maybe? I'm also gonna be cooking this bison to about a medium rare. Now you may be wondering where the $2, $1 burger came from McDonald's. I don't think there's an actual way for you to make a $1 burger at home unless you buy a huge amount of bulk. Yes, you can get it to $1 per serving, but I don't think you can actually make a $1 burger otherwise. It doesn't, in this economy, Now this burger is also going to be cooking on that stove so we can start cooking the Wagyu because I don't want to have the flavors kind of be the same, right? You don't want to cook it in the same pan. Now, while I've had Wagyu a few times before, I've actually never had American Wagyu, other than maybe a ground up burger, which I think is kind of a waste, where this Wagyu seems like it's not as fatty as an A5 Wagyu, which I've used before, but it has some beautiful marbling on it, especially for the price. The price of this Wagyu was way less than a normal A5 or anything like that. This one doesn't even have a price tag, but I remember seeing some of their Wagyu for under $20 depending on how much you buy, so it can be a nice little treat for you as well. But in a restaurant, I'm charging you $100 for this burger, period. No gold leaf, none of the shaved fungus among us, like none of that stuff, just beef. $100 worth of beef. But before I start searing off all of this Wagyu, and not all of this is going on the burger, that's a ridiculous amount, I'm gonna toast off the buns so everything is kind of ready to plate up before I cook the Wagyu. I'm also gonna turn off these burgers over here. Each of the burger buns are also slightly different. For the $10 burger, I have a classic sesame seed bun. Did I make these buns? No. I ain't got time for that. And for the Angus burger, I actually picked up potato buns. The reason why I picked up potato buns is they tend to be a little more lean than a sesame bun or anything else, or especially a brioche bun. A lot of the time you'll see a brioche bun accompanied with Wagyu, but I think that's still too fatty. It's nice and soft and it is delicious and I love brioche, but it's a lot of fat when you already have so much fat. Admittedly, we used to serve hours on a brioche bun. It's just because that's all the hotel was willing to carry, so you know, I couldn't pick some things, even though I technically was the chef, but that's, you know, corporate life, man. This is my bison burger. I'm gonna also give this one a flip. Ooh, that's looking nice. I'm gonna put this back on the stove. Check these buns. Ooh, toasty already. Thank you, yes, very nice. I don't know why I go into like a Borat accent. It doesn't matter. It just happens in the kitchen, you know? I'm gonna take these off. These are nice and toasted real quick. Put these onto my pan right here. Oh man, I feel like I'm actually, you know, actually cooking a little bit. This is great. As opposed to when I'm not cooking ever. Now I'm gonna turn the heat down because this pan is very hot. I'm actually just gonna turn this off before I start cooking the Wagyu. But what I also wanna do is I wanna remove those two burgers and let them rest for a little bit. But while these burgers are still warm, they're each gonna get a piece of cheddar cheese, or I guess a couple of slices here, just because that's how I sliced it. And I'll probably torch those right before we're ready to plate them. Let's see if he wants some. Gandalf, do you want a little bit of cheese? Yeah, come here. Come here. Come on, everybody wants to say hi. Can you say hi, Gandalf, for me in the comments? Come on, up. You know the rules. Come on, Trash Panda. Come on. I'm not coming down to your level, sir. Oh, be nice. That was too aggressive. I know you haven't had this in a while. Here, I'm gonna give you a little piece. There you go. Good boy. Now these are pretty much ready to plate up. I just have to make the Wagyu. So I'm gonna be quick so those burgers don't cool down too much. Now the Wagyu is going to get just a bit of salt, no pepper or anything else. This was a New York steak as well, so it's really nice and fatty. New York tends to have a little more marbling, which is really nice. Not as much as ribeye, but it's still really beautiful. Oh, this is gonna be a ridiculous burger. Gandalf, you can't, I gave you the cheese already, buddy. You can't have more. You're not gonna poop right. I know. Here, you know what? Maybe you can, here, you get this flavor. That's it. Quick like a bunny. What? He runs the house, man. To anyone in the comments who thinks that's gross, just wash your hands. What, you guys not wash your hands when you cook? I see you using your phone on the toilet. Yeah? What do you think you do with those hands in the toilet? Gonna do a little more salt right on top of this steak. This is gonna cook quick, so I'm already gonna be flipping these. Gandalf, I have no more for you, sweet boy. No more. Give these a quick flip. Oh my God, they're so tender. Yes, yes. Okay, this is gonna be very fast and very furious because family is here, so I need to do up these two burgers. We're gonna give these a little torch. And I think that feels nice and done. Yeah, seconds, literal seconds. Oh man, look at this. Look at the color on that. This is exciting. I've never ordered a Wagyu steak burger, ever. I don't think I would be able to afford it, just flat out. So thank you to Mishima and Uwajimaya for helping make this happen. Look at this meat platter. Oh, it's like a happy face. Look, he's so happy to see you. It's adorable. Gandalf, no reaching, sir. Whoa, chill. Oh, give these a quick little torch. Make sure that cheese is nice and melty. Beautiful. I have to try this. I have to try this on its own. That is fantastic. It's actually, to me, the perfect amount of fat. Because a lot of the times with A5 Wagyu that I've had before, it's almost too fatty. But this is really nice. Okay. Let's plate this up. Now to plate these up, I'm doing a couple of different sauces and a couple of different toppings because it's gonna be based on the burger itself. First is a little bit of secret sauce. This sauce is from Cooking with Chaos, like I mentioned earlier. I love using this one. It's basically a nicer in-and-out secret sauce, or a secret sauce from the Big Mac guys. Why did I just say that? It's the McDonald's people. Get a little bit of sauce on there, but this bun is actually not going to get a sauce right away. It's gonna be plated up a little bit differently. Now for a regular burger, I like to take a little bit of fresh lettuce and put it on the bottom, so this way it doesn't get the bottom too soggy, and then take my burger, place it right on top. Then we'll do a few slices of fresh tomato. Season the tomato because it tastes like nothing otherwise. Then I like to do a little more lettuce right on top. Give it that extra crunch. I like red onions on my burger, so I'm gonna always put just a few. Just give you that little punch in the mouth, you know? Give it a little crown topping. There you go. Beautiful. Look at that. Good old bar burger. I don't know what else you need other than that. That's fantastic. Other than maybe a few slices of bacon. I'm gonna jab this with a skewer just so it doesn't fall apart while I'm working on this other one. Let's move this one off to the side. Now the Wagyu burger is going to be fairly different, like substantially different. This one is actually going to get shredded cabbage. Now the reason for that is I remember going to a yakiniku restaurant quite a few times called Torikizoku in Japan, and every time we had gone, we would get really nice yakitori, but we would always get this side cabbage dish, and it just kind of complemented the meal. All it had on the cabbage was maybe mirin and rice vinegar, but Uwajimaya hooked me up with, I'm guessing this is yakiniku sauce, which is this. I don't actually know what it is. I tasted it, it's delicious. So instead, I'm gonna be dressing this cabbage with some of this sauce instead of using lettuce, tomato, stuff like that, right? Makes sense? I wonder actually how it tastes like this. Yeah, salty, a little sweet, has some acidity to it. Almost tastes like there's quite a bit of sake in there. But now this is going to get 4 slices? I think 4 slices looks beautiful, which also means it just leaves me more to eat over here. I'm gonna take some of this cabbage, I'm gonna crush it so it's softer. Yeah, just bruise it a little bit, you know? Then top just a little bit, just a little kiss of cabbage. Do up some sesame seed right on top. This is the Wagyu burger. Look at that thing. If you walked into any restaurant, they would definitely charge you $100 for this. You're also paying for about 12 ounces of steak, so you have to keep that in mind. Now all that's left is a taste test with all 3. So here's all 3 of my burgers. I have the $1 burger, which is from McDonald's. You know, it's trying its best. It's as good as it can be for being from a fast food place for about $2. And then we have the $10, what I call a pub burger, where you can walk into a pub, grab a pint of beer, order a burger that looks about like this, maybe get some nice fries with it, and you're gonna have yourself a great meal. And then we have the super exclusive, probably only sold at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant kind of burger, $100 Wagyu burger, no truffle, and no gold foil, because I think that's a waste. This is $100 of meat. Now I'm gonna be starting off with the $1 burger, because we have to start at our expectations at the lowest. Admittedly, I don't think there's anything wrong with a McDonald's burger or with a fast food burger in general. There's a time and place for them, and sometimes it's just, you're just trying to get a quick bite to eat. Sometimes you're on the road. Sometimes you just want to indulge a little bit, because really you're not going for the burger. You're actually maybe going for some ice cream, and then you're at like a Dairy Queen, and all of a sudden you don't even get the burger, and then you just get a Blizzard instead. It happens, okay? This is the inside of the $2 burger. Cheers. I mean, you know, get a little pickle, get a little mustard. We did just pick this up. We're trying to make this as fair as possible. It is a fairly processed tasting burger, but that's kind of what you expect. It would definitely go better with this secret sauce though, from Cooking with Chaos over at cookingwithchaos.gg. Yeah, better with the sauce. Just use the burger to scoop the sauce. Would I buy that burger again? Probably not, but my US versus Japan fast food video, I actually kind of like the Big Mac, so maybe get that instead. It's like $4 or $5. Now we're gonna try this pub burger. I'm gonna cut this down the middle so we can look at the cross section. This is the inside of the pub burger. Look at that bad boy. That looks juicy. It looks meaty. That's a nice looking burger. My preference would actually be like some onion rings or bacon in here and be off to the races. I've made this style of burger, like I said, thousands of times. It's a classic. Cheers. I will never get tired of this burger. The vegetables are crisp. The sauce complements the meat really, really well. It's seasoned beautifully. The bun itself is great. It's a store-bought sesame bun, but it's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. This is what I think of when I think of getting a burger. But now it's time to try the Wagyu burger. I'm really excited for this. Like I said, in my professional career, I was never able to make anything like this to sell to anyone. I don't know if I could, in good conscience, charge someone $100 for a burger. Honestly, it might be really worth it, but I won't know until I tell you about my brand new infinite recipe card system, Cooking with Chaos. Cooking with Chaos includes 60 different recipe cards. You get 20 different sides, 20 different proteins, and 20 different sauces to mix and match to make brand new meals every single time. I've been working on this for the past 3 years to include as much as I can into every single card. You get a full ingredient list on the front, oh, that's the secret sauce, as well as a full instructional list on the back, and you get macronutrients on the bottom of every card. This way, if you do care about what you're eating that day, you can just take a look at the macronutrients and see if it fits into your day. I've also included a dice mechanic. This way you can roll a 20-sided die and just make what the die tells you to make. Don't just take my word for it. We already have people making different dishes with Cooking with Chaos in combos I never thought of even as I'm making this thing. If you head over to cookingwithchaos.gg, you can order it right now and you'll get the first edition, which includes 3 free expansion pack cards. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you're going to get 6 different cards emailed directly to your inbox so you can print them out and play with them. I've been working on this for years and I'm so glad I can show it to you and share it with you because I have so many plans for it with expansion packs and creator bundles and a whole bunch of stuff. So head over to cookingwithchaos.gg at the link down below or with the fancy QR code on screen and order it today. Now it's time to finally taste test this $100 burger. Let's see what this cross section looks like, shall we? I'm so excited for this. It's so tender. Ready? Let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's illegal. That's a lot of meat. That looks so fun. Oh my God. That is thick. Look at the inside of that. Come on, that's like going to a steakhouse and ordering the 16-ounce ribeye. My mouth is watering. I can't wait to try this. I'm gonna skewer this one so this way it does not fall apart because we still need Rachel's rating and I don't want her to eat a fallen apart burger. Cheers to you and Mishima and Uwajimaya for making this happen. I'm super excited. Cheers. That is one tasty burger. The Wagyu isn't overly fatty, which I really like, especially compared to A5. I feel like every time I've had A5 Wagyu, it is delicious, but it's very overpowering. This though, I can taste all of the beef. I can taste the bison. I can taste the subtle saltiness and sweetness of the slaw. This comes together really well. This literally tastes like eating a high-end steak, but half of it's a burger. I want to take another bite. I have to take another bite. I love it just like this, but I always say, keep playing with your food. So we're gonna try it like this. That is really good, but this sauce actually overpowers the steak. A sauce like this helps complement cheaper cuts of meat really well, but I actually don't think it goes really well with a very expensive cut of meat because you start losing the flavor of the beef. That's fascinating. But before I give my take, we need Rachel's rating. Come on up. Well, you're in a bathrobe, so you can just be over here.
Don't call me out like that. For the record, I am not in a bathrobe.
She's now in her sweater. So first she's gonna be trying the McDonald's $2 burger. Perfect.
Wow. Look at that burger.
That's like a burger for ants. She's taking a bite. She's contemplating whether or not she likes it. She chews vigorously to get through the McDonald's patty. I have to narrate. This is my job.
Oh, you're not narrating what I did?
She flips me off. And then laughs hysterically. Please don't choke on your McDonald's burger. So what's your verdict? Thumbs up, thumbs down, it's $2.
No.
Thumbs down, okay. Which is totally fine. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. McDonald's, sorry, you get a thumbs down. But I'm gonna give you your whole half of your pub burger because I know you wanted that. Now this, my dear, is what I would sell in a pub. About $10, you get it with some fries for an additional charge, obviously, because nobody gets fries on the side for free anymore. But I would love your take, thumbs up or thumbs down, as to whether or not you'd pay about $10 for that burger. She sits it down gingerly, stabs the other side of the burger for some reason so she can maneuver around it. Now it looks like a burger flag. She goes in for the kill. It's a rather large burger meant for caveman Paul's mouth. Contemplates our marriage. She asks for a napkin because she eats like a child. Thumbs up, we got there. Whew. I'm dying. Show them the burger flag you made. Look, this is what she did to my burger. I don't want to ruin it. It's a good burger. Now it's time for Rachel's rating of the ultimate Wagyu burger. She looks at it and shakes her head. She thinks this is entirely too much meat in between buns. I work in a kitchen, man. What do you want from me? She once again makes a burger flag. She gingerly picks it up.
Damn it, Paul.
Well, we can't see what you're doing.
You didn't give me notice that I was gonna want to.
Nope. She loses her words at the sight of the meat.
You can't make me laugh.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around. She gorges on the giant Wagyu burger, as if she were a velociraptor feeding on its prey. She squints, ponders it, thinks to herself, wow, this is a wonderful burger. She shakes her head in agreement.
Really good.
She says, that's a really good burger. Thumbs up, but if you were at a very nice restaurant, would you pay $100 for that burger with maybe some fries or something like that? So the price does make a difference. Got it. I wholeheartedly agree on her take. It's very difficult to want to spend $100 on anything, let alone a burger, but it is really good. But I would love to know your take. Have you had Wagyu before? Have you had just pub burgers before? Or do you love McDonald's, which is totally fine? I grew up on fast food and I grew up eating Happy Meals, and as I became a chef, I realized I like something a little bit nicer for a little bit more money, but maybe not splurging all the time, and I think that's totally great. Pick up Cooking with Chaos at the link down below or with the QR code on screen. And if you want to see me taste a ton of fast food from Japan and the United States, click or tap on this video right here. My name is Paul, and remember, keep playing with your food. This leads to alcohol problems, Jesus. Oh, it's so good. Old leather boot? What?